Today was the final day of the January 6th committee's hearing on the investigation of the attack. Now, I'm not going to bore you with everything they did because, quite honestly, they reviewed everything that happened that day or days leading up to that. So, obviously, over the last 18 months, they rehashed all of it, which is not a bad thing because we need to remind ourselves what happened that day and what Donald Trump and his supporters in and out of government did. So, obviously, they still showed video and tweets and testimony from the previous hearings. So obviously they just did all that. But what makes news is the fact that the January 6th committee has issued criminal referrals to the Department of Justice about Donald Trump. Now we knew that this was coming. I thankfully hoped that this was coming. And guess what? It's here. At the end of the hearing, in the public hearing, they gave these 4 criminal referrals about Donald Trump. Count number 1, obstruction of an official proceeding. Corporately obstructs, influences, or impedes any official proceeding or attempts to do so under 18 U.S. Code subsection 1512. Which is exactly what Donald Trump did. When he had that speech on the White House lips saying, you gotta fight like hell, you have to fight like hell, or you won't have any country anymore. When he said that to a bunch of amped up Donald Trump MAGA idiots just waiting for an excuse to attack, waiting for an excuse to start a civil war, what did you expect was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? You really think that we're going to just go there peacefully, go there quietly? No. It happened. And more to the point, it happened because Donald Trump told them to. We've seen many videos and heard many reports saying that Donald Trump supporters were there on January 6th because Donald Trump asked them to. So yeah, this count works. Count 2, conspiracy to defraud the United States. To conspire either to commit any offense against the United States or to defraud the United States. U.S. Code 18, subsection 371. Which he's guilty of again. Conspiracy to defraud the United States. He defrauded the United States government and its people by getting money towards his election defense or election integrity, whatever the crap he called it. Only all that money went straight to his pockets, or, as the committee reported earlier today, that it was given to lawyers that conspired to try to help him steal the 2020 election. So that's the definition of fraud. Count 3, conspiracy to make false statements in any manner within the jurisdiction of the government of the United States makes material false, fictional, or fraudulent statements. U.S. Code 18, subsection 371 and subsection 1001. Is that supposed to be a joke? Do I really need to explain what that means? Conspiracy to make false statements? Do I really need to explain that? From the very beginning, since 2020, no, matter of fact, he conspired to do that back in 2016 when he said, I will accept the results of this historic election if I win. So he knew from the very beginning, since 2016, that he was going to say that the election was false if he lost. Even after evidence and lawsuits and recount after recount after recount, after independent recounts, after independent recounts. He lied. He lied. He made a false official statement, lying that the election was stolen, knowing full well that was not. Not to mention, it's actually that goes into the fraud, but you get what I'm saying. Now, count four, the one that should hang, and yes, I'm using that word, hang Donald Trump by the neck until dead. I'm going old school, Old Testament here with this shit. Count four. Incite, assist, aid, or comfort an insurrection. Incites, assists, and engages in any rebellion or insurrection or gives comfort to thereto under U.S. Code 18 subsection 2383. He is fucking guilty of that. 100%. He had cited what happened at the Capitol. You gotta fight like hell. You gotta fight like hell. You gotta fight like hell. You're not gonna have a country. You gotta show strength. You gotta show strength. Incitement. One. Assist. By telling people to turn off the megatometer, saying, "They're not here to hurt me. They're not here to hurt me. They're not gonna here hurt me." Aid or comfort an insurrection. The 187 minutes that Donald Trump said nothing. 187 minutes. 187 minutes. Donald Trump did nothing, said nothing to stop what was happening at the Capitol. In fact, he actually tweeted that Mike Pence doesn't have the backbone or words to that effect, saying that Mike Pence could overturn the election. We had no legal or constitutional right to do. Because if that were the case, why didn't Vice President Joe Biden overturn the election for Hillary Clinton? Answer me that, smart ass. So, Donald Trump is guilty of all four of these counts. DOJ, the ball is in your court. Do your fucking jobs. Now, you may be getting a special counsel for that, and that may actually hang Trump. But that one counts. Count four. Incite, assist, and aid or comfort an insurrection. That one should hang Donald Trump. If I were investigating this thing, and if I were involved in this investigation, if I were involved in this case, I would go old school, Old Testament on Donald Trump's ass right now. As in, do you need to get measured for your burial suit, Donald? Because quite honestly, when you do this, the fact is this, Trump, you're guilty. Now before I close out this video, my message is for the patriotic Americans out there. Be patient. Justice will come for us. Justice will come for our nation. We had to suffer through this bullshit for over 6 years now. And it's going to end, I promise you, one way or another. Keep your keep your loyalty to our nation and to our laws. They will work. Because Donald Trump is going down one way or another. Amidst the millions of shitstorms that is being piled onto him and his family and his supporters, it's coming to an end. My next message is to the House Republicans who now have control of the House. Well, going to have control of the House in January. We're watching you very, very, very closely. You got away with the bullshit because Donald Trump was in office. He's gone, and he's going to stay gone. So where are your loyalties going to lie? Will your loyalties lie with the Constitution that all of you took an oath to serve and protect? Will your loyalties lie with the people you swore to serve and protect? Will they be with the law that you're supposed to support, defend, and enforce? Or will they always be with Donald John Trump? Make your choices. Because don't think for 1 second we have forgotten anything about you, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you, Kevin McCarthy, you, Lauren Boebert, you, Ms. Lindsey Graham, you, Mitch McConnell, you, all of you Republicans who sat by and did nothing, while a madman ran roughshod over our entire country, who nearly destroyed our country on January 6, 2021, when he called a mob to attack the United States Capitol and tried to lay waste to our Constitution, and who's still trying to lay waste to our Constitution years afterward. Your time of riding the tiger is over. So make your choice and make it now. And it sounds like I'm threatening you. You're fucking A, I'm threatening you. Because you have been a threat to our country from the very fucking second you let Donald Trump get away with the bullshit that he did before he was elected. You let him get away with the bullshit that he went through after he was elected. For 4 straight years, and it has cost American lives. And if I were just as vengeful as I am feeling right now, I would take a trip to Washington, D.C. and slap the cuffs on every single last one of you motherfuckers. I may miss Christmas, and I may spend some time in a federal jail, but I'll do it with a fucking smile, knowing one way or another, you, all of you, one way or another, are going to be joining me in the next cell. And you are not going to like what I'm going to do to you. Now, I'm not talking about the rape shit or anything else like that, but the fear is what I want to do to you. The straight up fear. It's coming. Get off the Trump train and you might save what's left of your lives. Your political career's dead. But you might be able to spend the rest of your life in a rocking chair, wondering what the fuck did I do wrong? Wondering what did I do to deserve all this? But it's coming. It's coming. So get off the Trump train and you might be able to stay safe for another 24 hours. My next message is, of course, to the MAGA world. MAGA. Do you really think you're going to get away with this? Did you really think that just because you think Donald Trump is the chosen, did you really think that he was going to get away with any of this? No. Trump is going down one way or another. If it's not January 6th, it's going to be his businesses. If it's not because of his businesses, it's going to be because God knows how many shitstorms are going after him. But in the end of the day, you backed a loser. And what's sickening to me is that you backed a traitor and a would-be dictator of this country. You had a chance to walk away. You didn't. You still fly the MAGA flag as hard as you can. You still wear those stupid red hats. You still go off against anyone on social media, anywhere that disagrees with you. You still threaten people on open Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You still threaten a civil war, all for the name of Donald Trump. Well, guess what? Your dearly leader is going to prison one way or another. You want to go to prison with him? That's fine by you. Do something stupid and we'll make sure that happens. Do something even more incredibly stupid. Well, maybe we should measure you for a burial suit. I'm not joking around at this point. You have made our lives, this country's life, a living hell for 6 years, all in the name of Donald Trump. And you're probably trying to do it again now that he's announced his bid for 2024. Hell, you're trying to do the same thing with Ron DeSantis. So here's the facts. Get off the Trump train before it sinks you down. Over 200, hundreds of people are on trial. More are going to prison day after day after day for their actions on January 6th. You really want to lose your freedom in your life for someone like Donald Trump? Do something stupid. I'll open the gates myself and throw you in with the stone side to the animals in prison. And my last message is, of course, to Donald Trump. Donald Trump. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe nothing's going to happen with the referrals to the Justice Department. But I am really thinking that you need to be very, 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 very scared right now. I imagine, in fact, I know you're frightened. You are scared out of your mind right now. You're probably going on Truth Social as I speak, as I'm making this video. You're on Truth Social screaming, "It's fake, unselect committee, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake." No, it's not, Trump. No. Donald, wake up. Wake the fuck up. You're going down. I know it's hard. I know it's painful. I know that your father is probably whispering to you somewhere in the afterlife saying, "Don't you dare go to jail, boy. Don't you dare." But you're going down, Trump. You need to get that through your thick fucking skull before you end up even one of two ways. If you try to run with those googly looking legs of yours, or you kill yourself. But you're not brave enough to do either one. If you're trying to rely on the Republican Party, the Republicans in Congress and the Senate to save you, they're too late. They can't save you. It's over for you. My advice to you, walk away from this before you destroy yourself. No, in fact, it's already too late. You've already destroyed yourself. In the 2 years you've been out of office, you have turned yourself from a leader of a nation to a bona fide fucking criminal. And there's no way of getting away from that. So you have only two options for you, Trump. You can either try to get your jet, get all the money you can, fill up your plane, and run to a non-extraditional country, most likely Russia, most likely North Korea, where they'll welcome you with open arms. Or, and I am not encouraging this. I am not encouraging you do this. The only other way for you to save yourself is to kill yourself, is to shoot yourself in the head. The last act of a narcissistic sociopath. And we know that's going to happen, Trump. We know it. You fit the very model of a suicide. Not because you're depressed, not because you have emotional problems. People who commit suicide can be helped with one single conversation, one single phone call. You can't be helped, Trump. You can't. It's already too late for you. And whoever is telling you different is lying to you and lying to themselves. Whoever's telling you, "Hold out, Trump, this is going to help. Donald, hang on, it's going to work out. It's going to work itself out. You're not going to go to prison. You're going to be president again in 2024. You're going to be president for life, forever." Whoever is telling you that is lying to you. I loathe trying to give you any kind of advice because you're nothing more than a fucking scumbag. But whoever is lying to you, you need to get away from them. And if you're lying to yourself, you need to get some sort of help. Because you're going to jail, Trump. Your name will be disgraced for life. You will go to prison for the rest of your life. Unless you decide to be a coward and run, or decide to take the coward's way out and throw yourself off a bridge, throw yourself off of one of your Trump towers, or go to Mar-a-Lago and end it all with a bullet. And I don't like talking that way at all. I swear to God, I don't. Because I want to see you in your ass in a prison cell for whatever life you have left. But at least have the dignity for once in your miserable, screwed up life. Tell the truth. You tried to destroy this country because you're greedy, you're weak, you're inexperienced, and more to the point, you are a terrible, terrible human being. The evidence against you is completely damning. Now you have only one of two choices now, Donald. Either exile from this country, self-imposed exile to another country, or death by suicide. And my last message is to the DOJ. Actually, I think I already said this, but right now, DOJ, I need to reemphasize this. Do your job. The January 6th Investigative Committee did their job. Now it's your turn to do yours. Investigate and convict Donald Trump. Now. 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 CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left. Justice to the right.